So it's been a while, guys. It's been a pretty hectic year so far. And as you can see, things have changed. So I'd spent the first 3 months sunning it in Florida to get away from the Ontario snow. We had terrible weather while we were away here in Ontario. We lost a lot of trees due to the ice storm. Um, I got back, and within a few weeks, I had to go to England to visit my dad, who was ill, and I planned to stay for 3 weeks, but was there for 8. After 8 weeks, I came home and I was here for probably a week or so, and then myself and my family had to get back to England for my dad's funeral, which brings us back to kind of now. So we're in mid August, and I've not really spent any time here at home. Just a few, few weeks, a few days here, a few days there, which really meant that the YouTube channel got totally neglected. I was almost, I think I was about, oh, if I remember, I needed about another 500 hours or so to get monetized. And as I said in previous videos, that I started this so as I could get monetized, so that I could buy equipment, check it out, make some videos, and give it away. Um, but that's not going to happen. I think this is probably going to be, it's possibly going to be my last video. Not doing anything in like 6 months, 8 months has meant that my hours have just dropped down so far that I'm not going to go through that again. It's just crazy. I was really hoping that it would build up, but it just hasn't. So enough's enough, I think, guys. Anyway, apart from that, in the meantime, the past couple of weeks, um, or just over a week, I got home, I stripped all my equipment out, and I sold a lot of it. The reason being that I sold it is that I wanted to buy a new radio, and when I say a new radio, I mean a brand new radio. I wanted to go to the store, have a play with some of the radios there, and pick one and bring it home that same day. So to fund that, I sold a few of my radios and some other bits and pieces, radio orientated, and I ended up buying a Yaesu FT710, which I'm really, really happy with. The receipt on it is just incredible. So I thought to myself, because as you know, the bands are pretty rubbish at the moment. It's typical for this time of year. So I stripped the whole desk down, tossed it all away, and restarted. And I'll show you some clips in a minute of what I done. Not particularly great clips, but it's smaller, which gives me more space in this room. At the moment, I've got pretty much all the space in front of me, which is uh, desk space. Got all that clear now. The computer that was there is gone. I no longer need to work from here. I've given up work. So the the work computer I can use for other things. At the moment, I'm using Mac with the DX connected to the ASU, and I've kept the old Camry 440. I've kept that for 11 meters. I've still got the Cobra 148 GTL, but I've put that for sale, but no one seems to want it, so I'll just hang on to it. And the little triple bay radio under there. So I'll quickly show you what I've done and how I've done it. If you're interested, give us some feedback. As I say, this is probably going to be my last video. I don't want to go through all that again. I've got lots of other things that I can do to pass the time. And perhaps it was just pie in the sky, you know. I've seen these guys that just turn it off. I see these guys that, you know, done really well. Got the viewers, got the hours, been able to invest the money they get into equipment. Um, can't say that I've seen many of them giving it away, but that was my plan and it failed. So never mind. Anyway, take a look at what I've done and leave some comments. Cheers, guys. So this is a false wall that I put in to hide all the cables. So all the cables run from either the outside from the aerials or from the inside, which is a power supply down here. They're all routed up and behind this false piece of board. It just is about an inch away from the main wall in the room. So you can see I have one antenna going into two radios there. I have a 12-volt feed from the power supply underneath, which is feeding a couple of these power leads for radios. I have a couple of holders that I keep my iPads in, and a couple of more low voltage and charging cables. And you can see I've got one antenna coax coming out there. There's one there. We've got one there and another there. So that's basically what I've done in the past, and I'm just kind of tidying it up a little bit where I've added wires for the radios and such. So the next thing is to start getting all the radios in and equipment. Well, they're all in position. Power supply's turned on. So we're okay there. We're okay there. And we're okay there. So, oh, hang on, and one more radio down here. Okay, so that's all 4 radios connected and running. So now we need to get on to the next piece, which is a shelf that's going to go above these radios. So that's the shelf on, guys. I've got the 2 iPads over there, desk mics. I've still got a little bit to do on those, so I'll tidy up those cables. And the radios are all in there okay. And I hooked up a little monitor from the radio, so I got a bigger screen for it. It cost me all of, I think, $10 for the cable and the monitor from Value Village. Seems to do the trick just well. And then, as I said earlier, I've got my 2 monitors here, which is my old workstation that's running MacLogger DX. The bottom shelf is at about 15 degrees to lift the front of the radios up and level them off at the bottom. And the top one is just on a couple of mounts that I printed just to hold it an inch or so above the radios. So I'm kind of happy with that. A little bit more fettling, I'm sure, but going in the right direction. As I say, it's taking up a lot less space. It gives me a lot of space over it that I need to tidy up a little bit and use for something else. Well, I hope that was okay for you to look at. I hope it's given you some ideas. I hope you like it. One thing I did forget to mention at the beginning is all my products that I sell all the radio mounts, which have been doing really well. They've been doing great. They are still available, and you can find those on Etsy under cbradiotricks. I've been making those and sending them out all the time. Even when I was away in Florida, I was still making them and sending them out. So if you're interested in any radio mounts or what's coming up, there's a few things coming up. Uh, Go check it out on Etsy, CB Radio Tricks. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. And for those guys that have followed me, thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Take care.